Good morning. I'm Bill Pollock from the Missouri Net Studios. Now, listen, Stan Kroenke and all the owners, the Raiders and the Chargers are doing this. They filed for relocation to L.A. It's basically protocol. I mean, we've been talking about this for months, that those three franchises wanted to move and L.A. was in the mix. But on Monday, they had to file relocation papers. Now what will happen is a couple of different committees, one of which Clark Hunt from the Chiefs is involved in. They'll look at these proposals, I guess pick them apart, kind of tear them apart, and then take their recommendations next week to the owners' meeting in Houston, where they'll vote on which, if any, team would move to L.A. And Hunt certainly said that one team, at least one team, will move. So, listen, I think this is all kind of a dog and pony show. I think the NFL knows what they want to do already. I think they have a pretty good idea of it. I think now it's just a matter of getting all 32 owners in a room together and having at least 24 of them vote on a plan. And so in these relocation papers that are filed, each team is going to beat up where they are and why they need to move. For example, Dean Spanos, who runs the Chargers, talked about how for the last 14 years he's been trying to put together plans with the city of San Diego, and it keeps falling apart, and it's a dead end. They're going nowhere. They need to move to L.A. So this is one of those documents where you beat up on where you play right now. And that was the case with Stan Kroenke, who in the papers filed on Monday really lashed out at St. Louis, called it a two-city sport. And let's be honest, he's right. The Cardinals own the town. The Blues have a very loyal following. They're near capacity with their sellouts almost every night during the season. And he says there's no room for a third team. There's no room for an NFL team. In fact, he said, quote, no NFL club would be interested in the new St. Louis stadium. Any NFL club that signs onto this proposal in St. Louis will be well on the road to financial ruin, and the league will be harmed. Pretty strong words. He just does not think that St. Louis is economically strong enough. And they've got research and numbers that they backed up in their report. Now, the task force responded quickly, and they said, quote, the Rams' assessment is extremely disappointing. They say that they will remain in contact with league owners. And they say, quote, we have a spectacular stadium proposal that delivers the certainty the NFL has asked for. And we are and will continue to be an excellent home for the St. Louis Rams. That, remains to be seen. Look, I've said this from day one. Kroenke is a guy who most times gets what he wants. His plan, his stadium plan, would cover nearly 3 million square feet, 70,000 seats. They could expand for additional seating for special events. I believe 274 suites. Over 16,000 premium seats. It would be the biggest stadium in the NFL, and I just can't see the league saying that they're going to turn that down in the second biggest market in the country. I can't see that happening. I know that Carson, California has put together a plan where you would have the Raiders and the Chargers share that stadium. But again, it's a remarkable offer. And you know what? Kroenke wants to do it on his own. He bought the land. It's at the old racetrack out there in Englewood. He bought the land. I think that the state and the city just need to back off and say, hey, listen, if you don't want to invest in St. Louis, then go. I just think it's been a tough uphill battle for the task force. Right from the very beginning, when they had the arbitration meeting and the Rams were saying it's going to cost this much to fix up the dome, and the city and the sports authority was saying, no, it's going to cost this, and the arbitration sided with the Rams. This task force was thrown together. They put up a couple of artist renderings of a new stadium. Dave Peacock, I remember in that opening press conference, was nervous, constantly drinking from a water bottle. He didn't even have a plan in place. They talked about how they were going to get investors, but they didn't have people locked up. They had to go and chase that stuff down. And it was just put together haphazardly, I believe, in the last hour. It was kind of a 2-minute drill, if you will. And it just hasn't come together. And I would be shocked. If the Rams remain in St. Louis. I could be wrong, but listen, I've stuck with that opinion the whole time. I'm not backing down from it. We'll see what happens, but certainly some harsh words from Stan Kroenke. Thanks for watching. We'll have more on this at MissouriNet.com, and of course, with all of our Missouri Net affiliate radio stations across the state. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.